Really didn't have any answers for him, and they needed Lyon to be great. And I'm not saying the goals were all his fault, but he wasn't great last night. And I think on a goaltender in a series, and through you look at all the playoff series and spotted guys in there here or there. So I'm not concerned yet. Just like in the first series, I tweeted it out after they lost. Road team. Nobody ever thought it was going to be sweep. This isn't Carolina, Philly.
That's right.
Which, by the way, what kind of setup is that for the friggin' Hurricanes?
They could end it today, by the way.
They're going to end it today.
Yeah.
Philly's garbage. I'm sorry. They played a depleted Penguins team, and Carolina is going to end it today. They're a savvy team. But don't panic. It's no reason to panic yet.
Yes.
I just like it when it's easy. Yeah, I don't like the stress. Yeah,
but that's why the NHL playoffs are great. It's not easy unless you're Carolina playing Philly.
That's right. Yeah, no, it's fun.
No,
it's super fun.
Except last night was not. It ebbs and flows, and this is where having a coach like Lindy Ruff with a team that hasn't been through it makes sense. Like Lindy's seen in everything, so that's where it comes down to coaching. I think now to get those guys ready. And Lindy even said that after the game. You know, listen, that's what a veteran coach does. He puts it on himself. Hey, this is on me. I didn't have them ready to play. It's not like it's the playoffs. You don't have to have them ready to play, but Lindy knows you got to take the heat off his team.
Yeah, it's like a good caddy, right? Yeah, you gotta take the heat off your player.
I gave him a bad number. I gave him a bad club. Yeah. So,
yeah, looking forward to talking a little bit more Sabres throughout the day and into tomorrow.
And they can't wait to get. I'm telling you that those players can't wait to get on the road. Right? Yeah. I mean, it's been this frenzy for over a week at home. They get to get away. They get to isolate themselves. Just them, just that small knit group, and they don't have. Cousin Billy, who they haven't heard from in 10 years, calling for a ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't wait to get in there.
I agree. All right, we're live here at one of our home clubs, Lancaster Country Club. Brian Koziel, Kevin Sylvester, PGA Pro, Jeff Meadis, Evan DePasquale, producing on the radio side back in our Amherst studios. Jeff Blank will join us a little bit later. He's here producing our video stream. Check it out on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, on X, at T2G Buffalo. As we'll get our Western New York PGA tip of the week. Jeff, we're going to talk about the follow-through a little bit later on. Last week, the backswing, so kind of part 2. We'll get into that. That's coming up later on. Also, this week, more news on what's going on with LIV, and, are we seeing the end here. Kevin,
Yes.
I know you're ready to go on that, so we'll bring that up a little bit later on. Also, Brian Smith from Golf Buffalo going to join us in our second segment around 7:30. Also, some more announcement and some information to get in on our Duster Challenge, which will be on July 24th at Glen Oak. Looking forward to that coming up here as well. However, we want to bring in our guest from Lancaster Country Club here, Dean Mohan, the LCC board president. Dean, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Brian. Thank you. Doing well.
Yeah, thanks for having us here today. Thanks for your support of the show. And I know you guys got a nice big event going on today. Tell everybody what's happening here.
Yeah, it's an exciting early event for us. It's our ABCD Scramble. So it's a great opportunity for members to meet other members, play with people that are probably not in your weekend game all the time, and really just go out and have a nice day. Get the season started. It's been a tough start with all the rain, but we're very excited for it.
Yeah. What the ABCD, Kevin, does that mean 4 players, 4 different handicaps, or how does that work?
Yeah. So players are put into categories, right? Based upon handicap. And so I know Dean's playing. Dean, who's your A player?
I think I'll be the A player today.
Dean is absolutely the A player. Let me tell you, Dean's a great player to have here, and people won't be surprised to see him be one of the first ones here. He preps well for the tournaments, but this is a great event for players, especially with new members who have joined the club, which I know we've had a nice influx of members, right?
Yes, started running a promotion at the end of last season. We are really targeting that 41 and over crowd. Really try to increase our primary A membership. Had a great turnout of it. We've got over 20 new members ready to go, and a lot of them are here today. So it's just continuing to burgeon here at Lancaster.
What's some of the feedback maybe you're getting from the new members about their experiences here so far at Lancaster?
Just the feel. It's just a very welcoming club. Goes beyond just a typical men's club. Our women's association is just fantastic here. It's very well populated. They have more tournaments, it feels like, than the men do out here. A lot of communication, just a lot of camaraderie here. When you're here at Lancaster, just enjoying a drink, enjoying dinner, you're always going to run into somebody you know. Everyone's very inviting. It's just a very welcoming club.
The Women's Association,
your wife, Donna,
it's really got her into the game of golf, it created a monster, frankly. No, but she always said, I'm not going to golf, whatever. And they had this program, 2 and Out, and it's a great program that the pros do here. They come, they do a lesson, right? These are beginners to the game of golf. And this is for the women. They come, they take a lesson for an hour, then they take a breather, a refresher, and then go out in the course and 1 and 11 loop back to the clubhouse. They play those 2 holes and they time it out where they finish the same time that the women's league finishes on Wednesday evening, and then they all have dinner together. And unlike the men, like in our men's league, where we just come off the course and put our feed bags on and sit around and at the 19th hole and talk and have dinner. I mean, they shower, they get dressed, it's like an event. They have dinner, and they just had their opening dinner the other evening.
Yes, Wednesday night was their opening dinner.
Yeah, but it's not just they come and have dinner. There's arts and crafts.
It's a production.
It's a production, but it's
Kev, aren't you married?
It's what they do, and they do things year round, by the way.
But that's what makes it fun, and that's what
correct.
they like.
Yeah,
and that's what they want to do, and that's how they end up. That's why they have fun, and that's why you got so many people participating.
Right, and the category that Dean mentioned, 41 and over, that you're in the middle of your career, your family life here, and finding time for social interaction can be challenging. You just, as Dean said, like last night, I'm like, I'm going to come here and watch the game. I knew there would be folks here to hang out with, and indeed there were.
Yeah, I think everywhere people are enjoying going to Sabres watch parties, no matter where it is. This is this grill room, I guess we're in, right, Kevin?
Yeah.
It's a really nice spot, obviously, newly renovated over the last few years. This whole area, the clubhouse. Yeah,
it's awesome. And Dean, this has been the previous bar was fine.
It was serviceable. Yeah.
There we go. This is incredible.
This is fantastic. The renovations just came out fantastic. We're just so excited about what we got, but just increase the bar capacity. The seating is better, better illuminations throughout the building. The decorations are great. We're really highlighting champions here, both in the locker room and up here in the grill room. So just can't be thrilled more than I am.
Speaking of that, has there been a putting champion board made yet?
No, Kevin, there has not yet, but
were you the
we're working
champion,
on it.
Kevin?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
And
I knew that's where it was
Shocking
going.
that there was something coming behind us.
Yeah.
As
I'm
well.
like, why isn't it recognized? Like as soon as you walk in the door, that's.
We thought you would be wearing that jacket today, Kevin, by the way. We're winning that.
I'm wearing my Tee2Green jacket from Donald Ross
That's
today,
right.
Jeff.
Yes.
Were you looking for a welcome at the door, being greeted as the putter champion?
Well, I
Is that-
thought maybe just a mat, right?
maybe
a big rug that you could walk in and say, home of.
correct. Home of putting champion.
Your own
Kevin
parking
Sylvester.
spot, probably, too, out in that lot. That'd be another.
Now
good
you're
idea.
talking about it. Yeah.
I mean, they really should move that up. I mean, to have it way over by the trees, that's come on.
Yeah. I agree. But I'm a good lag
Yeah.
putter, so I can make that distance up for tapping.
Yeah, but I think most people come here for the golf course, right? Yeah, everything surrounds the golf course when you join a club like this, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. The course is the centerpiece. It's our entire focus. The clubhouse is nice to have, but without a golf course, what are you?
Yeah.
And we just love it out here. The conditions are great. Our staff's doing a fantastic job bringing it back up from, the amount of rain and that we've had. And I'm excited for today. Played yesterday, a little wet, but ready to go today. I think it's going to be much drier. Greens are going to be in really good shape today. So it's going to be just fantastic.
Dean, for those that haven't played the golf course or maybe have only played it sparingly here, what do you like about it?
I think that every day it's a new challenge. You can play every club in your bag on any given day. Inside the course, we've got a par 3 course built in. So you're playing a very unique set. It's a rated par 3, very unique to Western New York. Allows us to do different tournaments when it is wet. We have some exciting fun after men's league on Tuesdays. A lot of guys like to go out and play and have a little laugh with each other. And that's what really brings it. It's every day the course presents a new challenge.
Dean and his team might have won the par 3 tournament this year in April. And,
we may, yes.
Yeah, and Dean might have made an ace.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
I was lucky enough to ace number 4. Yes, the second hole of my day, and ended up being the 1-stroke victory. So, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a good golf course around the greens. And I know it's very difficult around the greens, and you get your short games pretty darn sharp if you come around here in it. And like you say, there's a diversity of holes. There's short par 4s, there's long hard par 4s, there's holes like number 9. I mean, there's a lot of a lot of people haven't seen the course, but it does have it. It goes through the escarpment here. You've got the creek running through. It's a beautiful piece of land to have a golf course on.
Yes, it's more hilly than people give it credit for, and the green complexes are very unique. Being a member here, you start to learn the subtleties. But when you come out here as a new player, you're going to find that the greens are very challenging. They're very quick, front to back most of the time. A couple of drivable par 4s, so it really brings in some challenge and excitement to the day. But those holes can easily get away from you.
Plus, it feels like you're in the wood. I mean, you're away from the road. You're not. There is very little contact. It's just nature. Yeah, you're surrounded by woods out here. It feels
really
like a walk in the woods.
Yeah, there's really only one hole that has any real road frontage that we have to contend with. And otherwise, you're really set back in a private setting.
Yeah.
Dean, how many times, and you and I played plenty together, but I always find this I'll be on a green and, played it a bazillion times. And, I know what this does. And then you strike the putt and it doesn't do what you thought it did. And I'm like, wait a second, that's not supposed, right? You find that?
I do. You can point to the holes. You're talking about 17, Kevin.
Sure. Right.
You know what it's going to do, and it doesn't do what it does.
Doesn't do it. No. That to me is one of the great hallmarks of our greens is that it's not, you have a general idea, but you'll still get putts that will confuse you as a member. Like
That's not supposed to happen.
I know, but you're
I'm kidding.
No, but you'll see that, you'll watch the Truist Championship today and you'll see players going, how's it go that way? Well, sometimes that happens. I think that's the trademark of a great course, the greens. And when you can, I don't want to say, I'll say be fooled by greens, I think that's just a fantastic job, and it's also a great job by the golf staff for pin placement that they have out here, and enhancements they make on the golf course through the years, like around the greens. Jeff, you talked about short game. Like, was it maybe 3 years ago? They decided, all right, let's shave it down a little bit around the greens, so you can play the ball down different shots around the golf course.
Yeah, Greg's done a great job with just really improving some of the areas. We're widening some of the fairways, removing rough lines just to create different sight lines to a player, really open up the challenge. We've added some new blue tee boxes over the last few years to really add some length to the course, hosting some of the tournaments that we do. that's really allowed us to just have a different dynamic out here.
And Brian, with junior tees,
Yeah.
like I mentioned the par 3 tournament, we have it every year. It's in honor of a past member, Chuck Kistner, and the Memorial Tournament. And part of the funds for those of us who play in the tournament goes towards our junior program. And, the junior tees that we're going to put a little, further into the golf course. So our juniors can go out there and have, a better experience as they learn to play the game of golf.
Also great for beginners. Yeah, the junior tees don't have to be for juniors. Yeah, they can be for beginners and anybody who wants. Yeah, that's nice when you get the kids out with you and you make a fun golf experience for them. Yeah, it's part of a club, right? That's why you join a club.
Indeed. Yeah, we're trying to make it fair for everybody.
Yeah.
We want you to enjoy yourself out here. Don't have to gruel on those white and blue tees if you don't want to. There's 4 set of tee boxes today. Adding these junior tee boxes is just going to be even better out here.
One thing I want to say, we should mention too, the general manager and head PGA professional here, Mike Szabo, who not with us today. He normally is always on when we are here, but he's got some good reason as to why. Kev, we should give him congratulations to him and his family.
His son's graduating, college today.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the
Penn
Szabo
State,
family.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, you mentioned junior golf, and one of the first times I met Mike was when he was working with my son at a PGA Junior League event, and I know the junior program here is strong. I know your son's been involved in it too, so that's another aspect I know Dean is talking about, the feel here, and it's a good spot if you are a family and you have a junior golfer too.
Well, one thing Coach Tony has done with the juniors, he kind of had a test, if you will, right? Kids want more tests, but as a playing ability test for juniors. Okay, if you fit this category, all right, guys, it gets the groups, guys and girls, and gets this group together. All right, here are all your cell phones. Okay, so when you want to go out and play, you guys can go out unchaperoned, you play with each other and go out and have a game, and you'll see the kids here all the time, and they're welcome. The members are you'll see the members stop and watch them hammer the ball. As I watch my son hit hybrid past my driver, I'm like, gosh,
It's not that hard though.
That's true. It is not that hard. It's not that hard. But I just think it shows the strength of the membership to see so many kids involved and playing.
Yeah, it's the lifeblood of the game, right? That's the future of the game. I've known you a long time. You came up junior golf, right? Yeah,
I did. Yeah, started playing at Audubon when I was about 7, 8 years old.
Yep.
I grew up in the Tonawanda area, so Brighton and Sheridan were my home clubs till I first joined here at Lancaster in the early 2000s.
and your dad's always been active in golf, so you've always been active in golf. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, still play with my father. It's one of the dreams I still have, and as much as I can play with him, we do. Every Father's Day, we're out at Sheridan, teeing it up with some of the guys, and
it's a good crew over
fantastic.
there.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
That might be one of the hardest opening holes, by the way, in Western New York. That willow tree still there on the right.
it is.
It is.
Yes.
God forsaken, it's still there where lightning has not taken it out yet.
I may have hit it once or twice.
Yeah.
That day. Yeah.
I mean, you have to get well to the left.
Yes. I think it's cool though. Everybody seems to have a story of like the course younger when you fell in love with the game and you grew up on. You just mentioned it, Brighton and Sheridan. There's a ton of people listening that know those places.
Delaware Park.
You talked about Delaware Park growing up and getting there. I know Bulldog always talks about on WGRO. He's there with his son Owen, and they go and play Delaware all the time. And I think that that's what's cool. And then obviously as you progress and you get to play all these different courses across Western New York, including like here, Dean. But to think about maybe everybody fell in love with the game for the first time.
I did. For me, it was, back in my high school days, I was a Sweet Home alum, and we were always playing out at Gowanda, and every year my father was the chair. So no matter the weather, we had to play. Finally got out here at Lancaster my senior year and qualified second to go to states. And from that point on, it was like, yep, Lancaster's my home. Just love it.
Yeah, and it's around Mother's Day, so a lot of moms actually want to play golf on Mother's Day now too, which is nice to see. Yeah.
Yes, our afternoon is quite booked tomorrow,
I would imagine.
so yes,
it's a full tee sheet. Yeah,
I ran up the flagpole about playing early tomorrow morning, and it didn't
Weird.
get approved.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Yes. By the way, Dean, shout out to former Panther. I didn't know if I should have told you this ahead of time. I'm coaching at Sweet Home, the high school team. So we're still at Brighton. They treat us like gold. We love it there. The kids love it. And what I love.
Oh, go ahead.
What I love about being around kids that age, especially for some of them that are just getting into the game, is literally like, okay, we could be on the range and then maybe we'll go play 9 and then practice is over. And I got half the team saying, Coach, can you get me out of the back? Can we go out and play? Or can we give me another knot? Like, they're just at that age right now where literally like they want to be there until it's dark, till they can't see the ball anymore. I'm sure you probably had that feeling too when you were in high school, right?
Yeah, I had the luxury of living around the block from Brighton, so I could easily stay a little later than most of the kids could. But yeah, Brighton is still doing a great job with Sweet Home. It's great to see that it's still living all these years.
There's so many. Go ahead.
Well, with that point here, we're hosting the high school championships, right?
Yes, it should be later this summer. Yeah, or spring, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah. Next week is sectionals for the high school for Section 6, which will be at Shellridge, and then I believe there's going to be. I think there's like, I don't know if it's a state event here or something along those lines, but later on for high school, I think there is going to be something here. So, but that's what's. I mean, you mentioned Brighton here. There's so many golf courses that support junior golf, and this is just another example here at Lancaster. I think that is great, and that's how you grow the game. That's how you get people hooked, and that's how they become future members someday, Dean.
That's our hope.
Yeah.
That's what we want. Bringing up families out here, having the young kids, they become junior members. We hope they stay on to become more permanent members and really just continue to grow organically within the club.
Well, it's also part of it, of going to the club where, hey, you bring your family here and know they're welcomed, and that the kids are going to be able to play. They can practice. You can send them in. Hey, go see Jeremy. He'll hook you up with some chicken fingers here while Dad plays a few more holes or works on something, or go hang at the pool. There's so many things that are available to families here in the area that I think and where we're located, on Broadway, we kind of dissect Lancaster, but we're also not far from. We have members in Williamsville. We have members in East Aurora. So there's a diverse area that we're 20 minutes from. That's not a terrible ride to get to your club.
Yep. Dean, I'll get you in on this here. So this past week, Rory McIlroy turned 37. Okay. We're going to do a little side-by-side comparison of McIlroy and Mickelson, Phil Mickelson here.
Okay.
All right. I mean, if I mention those two, if I said to you who has the better resume, maybe Rory has passed him with the Grand Slam this year. We'll have to see. Anyway, so let me give you a little here of Rory versus Phil career-wise here. Now, Rory obviously still has probably at least a decade or more of playing golf still. He would hope, right, at age 37. But, okay, here we go. So Rory versus Phil. Mickelson has played in 355 PGA Tour events and major championships as well. Rory, 278, so about an 80 or so difference there. Wins, Mickelson has 31, McIlroy has 30. So Rory, in about 80 less events, is almost reached that up there. Top fives, Rory actually has more, 86 to 84. Top 5 percentage, McIlroy's 31%, Mickelson 24. And then the majors right now, 6 to 5, with Rory in front there because of the second now. With his Masters win. Majors top 5, McIlroy has the edge 20 to 15. So,
all right, there's one difference between the two. Tiger Woods.
Okay.
Fair point.
Phil was
in the Tiger era.
Yes. I mean, it was VJ, Phil, Duvall, right? Those were the other three guys in the Tiger era. Now Rory, you could argue maybe it's harder to win now because there's so many good guys playing. But I think the career Grand Slam cinched it for Rory. And if you want to look at, he's played on 2 tours, and the order of merit wins for Rory. I think he passed Seve Ballesteros last year by winning it for the 8th time.
Yeah. Hard time playing. Or barely.
Barely playing over there, which you could argue strength of tour, sure.
By the way, that was also Phil at age 37 as well. Those numbers.
Yeah, and then you look at what Rory's done in the Ryder Cup.
Whose game would you rather have in their prime when they're firing on all cylinders? I'd rather have Rory's.
Rory.
I'd rather have Rory's game than Phil's game when they're both cooking. Yeah, I just think he's better.
Much more consistent.
Yeah,
Phil was all or nothing, kind of, wasn't he?
Driver of the golf ball, we always say it's McIlroy, right?
He's the greatest driver of the golf ball I've ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Short game, you'd probably pick Phil, right?
Short game, I'd take Phil. Short game, yeah. He's very creative.
But from Tee2Green, I would take Roy like that. Roy McIlroy every time.
Yeah. Just to finish it, you mentioned Tiger. Here's Tiger at 37. So the wins: Phil 31, Rory 30.
Can I guess?
Tiger, go ahead. Tiger at 37. Phil had 31 wins. Rory has 30.
62.
Even higher.
I was going to say 70.
Even higher.
Come on.
74 wins.
Because he got to 81, right?
Wow.
Yeah, 74
82.
wins.
He got the 82.
Yeah. So the majors, again, at 37, Mickelson only had 3 at age 37. He's now up to 5.
Tiger had 13.
14.
He had all 14
by
okay.
age 37. He's got one more.
He's got 15,
remember,
right?
He did get the late Masters, we know, in 2019. Yeah, really, really impressive. This is the thing that just blows my mind. Tiger's win percentage at age 37 in PGA Tour events and majors
68
is no, not that high. 26%.
Okay.
So basically
Every fourth event.
every
he
fourth
wins.
event he won.
Seemed like he won every one.
There was a couple of years there where he won, it felt like almost all the time. There was a couple of years where he won 9 and 10 times. It was like, it almost felt like it was like a coin flip event. you
Yes.
know? And that's what it was. I mean, back in the day, I mean, I know betting lines are talked about a lot more than they were back then, but literally it was always the thing we talked about, right? It was the bet. You either taking Tiger or the field.
Or the field, right.
You had the other 149. You get to pick. You want 149 or do you want Tiger?
Right. Oh, that's to me, that's the impressive thing about Scheffler. He's not, what's wrong? He's clearly off a bit, but he's finishing 3 seconds in a row, solo seconds in a row. Like
On the best tour in the world against the best players
Correct.
in the world. Yeah.
when he's not at his best.
Yes.
Like, and he's facing guys who are playing their best that week and finishes second. Like last week, Cameron Young was unbelievable. There's Scotty, second.
Yeah.
No shocker.
Dean, before we let you go here, we just want to give everybody the information if they maybe want to get some information about membership or just, maybe get a tour of the place, lccny.com, 716-684-3700. You can email Mike Szabo, General Manager and PGA Pro, gm@lccny.com. But just maybe one more time, kind of go over the promotion and maybe what you'd want people if they want to get a little more info about Lancaster. What's your message to them?
Yeah, well, the message would be from joining here, we still are running our 0 initiation fee for those 41 and over. We're giving you no assessment and for 2 years, and you start paying dues now, but you're going to pay through 2028. Otherwise, Mike will give you all the information that you need to join if you're less than 40. But it's a perfect time to join a club. It's tough in the area, but it's great out here. The atmosphere is fantastic. It's a club that's very different than many of those in the area that are typical of what you think. Camaraderie is just fantastic. You're going to be welcomed immediately. The number of events that we have is just incredible, and it's not going to be hard to get in those events. We've left some spots open just in case. The biggest thing we've got is our men's league. We've oversold, but we still got opportunity to bring in any new members that do join into that league. So.
Good stuff. lccny.com for more information.
Past president was under John Franco has a drink at the bar. The Franco, what's in the Dean machine drink?
Dean just drinks very casual, barley and hops type things.
Yeah.
Excellent. I like that.
I
Casual.
probably owe you one of those, by the way, Dean.
I think
Not
I'll take
probably.
one today.
Not probably.
Yeah, he does for sure. Dean, thanks so much for coming on.
Yes, thank you for
Appreciate
having
it.
me.
Good luck in the event today.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, looking
Have
forward to
fun.
it.
Yeah, it'd be fun to
Are
play
you
some
playing in
people
the
you don't
event
know.
I am not. I am not playing in the event today.
Yeah, Dean, you don't even know what you're playing with, right? So you get down there
I
and see
do
the
not. I'm
list.
going to go check out my cart here when I'm done with the
That's
segment.
the beauty. Like
That's cool.
no
It really
idea.
is.
Yeah, they don't tell you ahead of time. You show up, and that's who you're with, right? So,
But what a great way
it's awesome.
to get people to kind of socialize together and meet.
Yes,
Especially in the spring.
Yes, you have
Great
no idea who you're playing with till you show up today, and that's kind of exciting. It adds a little different element to it, and then everyone starts coming in. Oh, we're with you. This is so fantastic. You know? Oh,
Yeah,
it's
there's a
great.
lot of carts out there.
Oh yeah,
whole field.
yeah. We have about 70 players today. So yeah,
Good.
Have fun.
Yes.
thank you. Yes.
Dean Mohan, the Lancaster Country Club board president. Happy that he was able to join us here for the first half of the show. Again, lccny.com, 684-3700. You can email Mike Szabo, gm@lccny.com.
We should mention the food's really good here too.
All right.
We didn't mention that.
We just did.
Okay,
You
I'm
just
letting
did.
you know I did. Yeah.
Excellent. All right.
I had the fish last night. It was great.
Yes. All right, good stuff. Thank you, Dean, as well. All right, we'll take a time out here. When we come back, we're going to talk to Brian Smith from Golf Buffalo. Some good information from him. They're going to be a part of our 10th annual edition of the Duster Challenge. We'll have that. Also, Bryson and the PGA Tour, are they going to get back together? We'll see if we can maybe connect some of the dots of some of the things happening this week. And also next segment, our Western New York PGA Tip of the Week. Jeff's going to talk about the follow-through. Kevin Sylvester, PGA Pro Jeff Meadis, Jeff Blank on-site producing our video stream. Check it out on X, on Instagram, on YouTube at T2G Buffalo, and of course right here on WGR. Tee2Green, back to Lancaster right after this. We welcome you back, Tee2Green, live from Lancaster Country Club. Big thanks to Dean Mohan, the LCC board president, for joining us last segment. If you want to get some information on becoming a member, lccny.com. You can email Mike Szabo, GM at lccny.com. And for any Lancaster members driving in today, getting ready for the ABCD event, good luck. Weather should cooperate, Kevin. I think
Absolutely.
it's going to be nice.
It's going to be a good day.
Yeah, it's a good day today.
Yes,
Better than it's been.
I agree. Definitely better than it's been, for sure.
It's brutal.
All right, you heard it's Western New York PGA Tip of the Week time. We'll get to that. We'll put a pause on it in just a few minutes. But Brian Smith from Golf Buffalo joining us here now on the program. Brian, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me back on.
Thank you for having us back on, or thank you for coming back on here. We're excited that Golf Buffalo and yourself are going to be a part of our 10th edition of our Duster Challenge on July 24th, supporting the event. Brian, we appreciate it. I know you guys are getting involved in the community so often here, getting Golf Buffalo's word out, and we appreciate helping out with another event here as we raise money for PGA Hope.
Well, we're thrilled to do it. We've been a part of the event the last couple of years. Really part of what we're about is making sure that people are aware of the great organizations and the great golf events in Western New York, and certainly between Western New York PGA and just the Duster. I mean, it's such a fun event. We're happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, as one of our presenting sponsors, so we're excited about that. July 24th in the evening at Glen Oak. It's a fabulous evening. We raise money for the PGA Hope program, the Veterans program, and we'll be hearing more about that throughout our season as we lead up to it in our 10th year. So our goal is $10,000. We'd love to surpass that, but our goal is $10,000 this year from our event here, and I think it's doable for sure. Brian, talk about Golf Buffalo, and it's kind of a dual purpose, right? It started out as an apparel brand, but so that's part of it, right? To help people wear the pride of golf in Buffalo, literally on their sleeve. But the other part is promoting golf in Buffalo.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it perfectly. We really started out, it was more, making sure that you can support your city from the course, right? So we had hats and polos, and we still do. With the Buffalo on it, promoting the Western New York courses and different things like that. And we really started out, that's what we were doing primarily. But really the goal of it was to raise awareness about how you can support local businesses through golf. And so, we were working with, and we continue to work with local businesses for collaborations and different things like that. But part of what's been really fun about Golf Buffalo has actually been helping other apparels and brands promote themselves to Western New York and beyond. And it's really rewarding. I mean, you guys are, of course, familiar with the Golf Buffalo Expo that we had in March. A great event where we get to, help other businesses support what they do to golfers around Western New York.
Yeah, I was just going to follow up with you, Brian. This Golf Buffalo Expo that you guys have in March every year. I know it's usually the weekend of the Players Championship, right? And
it is.
Yeah, it gets a lot of the golf community in Western New York together in a spot where they can enjoy watching the players and talk golf, and also kind of help promote each other, as you mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just the vibes are high at the expo. It's approaching golf season in Western New York. Although I think if we knew how wet it was going to be shortly after there, maybe not as exciting. But it's a great time. Everyone gets together. Everyone's excited for the upcoming season. Everyone gets to see kind of the new products that people are coming out with for the season. Get to meet people from different nonprofit organizations. It's a great event. Of course, it's a moving day at the Players, so we have that on screens all around, and it's just a really fun day.
And I saw a teaser on Instagram the other day, right? To mark your calendars for 2027.
That was exactly what it was. Good catch, Kevin. Yes, we're excited. We're working on the details now, but anytime the Players starts talking about the dates for the event and everything, we get excited too, because it gets us excited for 2027 as well.
Brian, if people maybe are involved in the golf community in any capacity and would like to be a part of the event or some of the things that you're doing, how do they contact you?
Yeah, I would have them either it's Golf Buffalo on Instagram, or they can email me directly at info@golf-buffalo.com.
All right. And that's also where they can go if they do want to get some of Golf Buffalo apparel, correct? Golf-buffalo.com?
Golf-buffalo.com. You got it.
Awesome.
And they're in some local establishments. So where could they go in and
We got
grab
them
stuff?
at Dojo.
Golf Dojo
Yep.
and Transit in Williamsville. Where else are they at, Brian?
We're at both the Buffalo Gift Emporiums. There's one on Delaware and Tonawanda, and one on Main Street in Williamsville. We're also at Broadway Driving Range and Willowbrook Golf Course.
Excellent. We'll be at Willowbrook in a few weeks for one of our shows. So really cool. I know, Kevin, we see you wearing it from time to time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Everybody loves wearing the Buffalo because it's a pride of our area, Western New York, and our city.
I got the Grover t-shirt. Yeah.
The Grover, that was my idea. I sent to Brian, I go, hey, why don't you see a lot of these golf courses just have t-shirts and names. So it's Grover.
Yep.
It's also blue with white, like the Sesame Street character, Grover.
Yeah.
And I thought it was brilliant. Not sure how well it sold, but it should have sold out immediately. It's a great t-shirt.
For those on the radio, I am patting Kevin on the back right now for his idea. So.
Yeah.
It was a good idea.
Thank you.
Hey, that's a golf. Look we were talking earlier about Brighton, Sheridan, Delaware Park. There's another one.
Yeah.
Grover. People grow up playing on these courses. People still obviously are playing these courses.
That's a county course, right?
Yeah, that's a county course.
That
Yes. That and Elma.
Yeah, and which the county executive's a golfer, so he's enhanced some of these things.
Yeah, both Grover and Elma are
that I'll applaud. Now lower my
much,
taxes.
and much better.
That's why you elect a
condition as well.
golfer to the county job.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
By the way, just a real quick thing. We've got the surplus, right? Not one person said give it back to the taxpayers. How about lower my taxes so you don't have a surplus? All right. Anyways, I digress. Back to golf.
All right, Brian. Well, we appreciate your support. We'll be in touch soon to get more details out for the Duster. But thank you again for all you do to help promoting the game. Brian Smith, the co-founder of Golf Buffalo. Again, golf-buffalo.com. Shop local and go there and get some sweet gear. Thanks, Brian.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Take care.
All right.
I saw some in the airport last week wearing a Golf Buffalo crew neck. So maybe the one Brian was wearing in the picture there. So I was like, all right, yeah, there you go, representing Buffalo.
Absolutely. Yeah, good stuff. All right, time for our Western New York PGA tip of the week. Last week when we were at Springville, we were talking with PGA Pro Tim Faulkner. You guys were talking about the backswing. So now we're going to go the other way, Jeff. Talk about the follow-through. What are some things to think about here in our tip of the week on the follow-through?
So I think people have a lot of misperceptions of what happens in the follow-through. Follow-through is actually, for the most part, a reaction to what happened in the backswing, right? Equal if A, then B in your golf swing. But if people have perceptions, what you see is people do keep their head down. People have been trying to keep their head down so long, it inhibits their motion. So a good follow-through, so I'm going to discuss it as a right-handed player. A good follow-through is when you've completely rotated and your hips are actually facing left of the target and your arms are left of you and even with your shoulders. What I see a lot is people try to swing the club out towards the target. So the club exits very vertically and they end up staying on their back foot. And when they finish, their hips are facing right of the target instead of or at the target or left of the target. When we teach juniors, if you stand behind a golfer, we teach juniors the magic foot. I learned this from Chris Kalinsky, an excellent junior teacher.
He's be on the show next week.
Yes, he is. Yep. And actually, I'm going to spend some time with him and Tori from the Western New York PGA. We're going to work with the Buffalo School gym teachers to teach them about golf.
Cool.
This week. So, but when you rotate through a shot, you want to be able to see the bottom of the kid's shoe. So you want to have we call it the magic foot. You see the whole bottom of the shoe. You're up on your toes. You're facing left, and your arms are low. People always raise their arms up high. Your arms don't have to go high. Remember, you're working in a circle. The golf is a circular, a rotational game. There are no straight lines. So don't throw the club out to the target. Throw the club around to the left and make sure your hips and chest and everything face a little bit left of the target and you're up on your right toe. All your weight should be on the outside of the heel, the left heel. And you should be able to curl the toes up on your left foot.
So this is the part of the segment where I get free lessons.
Yeah, because
Jeff,
you're lefty, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about weight transfer? So, okay, I'm left-handed, so I go from the left to the right. You almost like get the weight on that front side, and then your hips start to turn. Is that kind of the motion?
Because you have to load to that side in order to rotate around. So like I visualize if you drew a post through your left armpit, or you're going to rotate around that post. You want to get to the forward as quickly as you can and rotate as much as you can. People hit it far because they rotate fast. You know, Rory McIlroy, if you're standing next to Rory McIlroy hitting drivers or 3 with Kev, you've seen it. It's impressive. And what he does is just rotate super fast. And they all, when you watch a tour player from behind, you all see their arms are low and they're away from their body. When you watch an amateur from behind, their hands are high and their arms are close to the body, mostly because they didn't rotate properly.
That's why NFL cornerbacks should be great golfers, because the hip flip.
The hip flip. Yeah, baseball players. Everybody says, well, I can't play baseball. But baseball players rotate. Yeah. They rotate fast, so it's usually easy to teach them.
Yeah, I like that visual you said it too, about the hands low with the turn there at the end versus up and tight to your body.
Yeah,
so.
You don't want your arms close to you, because what in theory what's happening is your body's unwinding and pulling your arms through to the left. So you want that sequence where your body is pulling your arms through as opposed to your arms pulling your body through.
All right, good advice from Jeff on our Western New York PGA tip of the week. Hey, next week we're going to have a show. 2 hours because of the PGA Championship and a lot on the Western PGA. Chris Kalinsky going to tell you a little bit of how you can make a career out of golf, which maybe some people would like to do. You love it. You can make it a part of maybe your job someday in some capacity. So Chris will join us next week.
Your son's thinking about it, right?
Yeah, he's thinking about it too, going to college for it, which was, I know, something that we're looking into as well. So that'll be next week. If you want to sign up your son or daughter for any junior events, whether it's getting involved with drive, chip, and putt, it's free. PGA Junior League, or if you're a more competitive player for your son or daughter, PGA Junior Tour, WNYPGA.com is the website to do so. Okay, time out here. When we come back live at Lancaster Country Club, we'll whip around the tours. PGA Tour, Champions Tour, LPGA Report, all coming up. And the latest this week on more live drama. Says it's closing to an end here.
I need drama
It's looking like it. Great lawn, Kevin. You're on your game today. With Kevin Sylvester,
Good to have
Jeff
you back,
Blank,
Kev.
PGA Pro Jeff Metis. I'm Brian Koziel. Kevin in person this week, and he's got his A game as we take a time out from Lancaster on WGR. Back at Lancaster Country Club here as we do our whip around the pros tours, our PGA Tour check, the Truist Championship at Quail Hollow in Charlotte. Sanjay Im going into the weekend with a one-shot lead over Tommy Fleetwood. Im is at 9 under par. Tommy Fleetwood one back at -8. Justin Thomas, who's had major success at this course before, he's 2 off the lead at -7. Alex Fitzpatrick, what a story again for him. He's right there also at -7. And of course, Rory McIlroy, we'll talk about him in a moment, tied for 8th. He's at -5.
And your Champions Tour report is brought to you by Donald Ross Sportswear, your hometown premium golf apparel company. Find us in your local pro shop or online at donaldross.com. This week's event is the Insperity Invitational, and right now Ben Crane has a one-shot lead over 4 players, including Boo Weekly.
Makes you feel old. Ben Crane's on Champions Tour.
Oh, yeah.
And Boo Weekly is too. Yeah.
All right, LPGA leaderboard brought to you by NUTRL. Keep it tasty, Buffalo. We got Gino Tee2Green leading at -8. She's up by 3 over Jennifer Kupko, and then we have Medina's own Melody Green at -2, 6 back of the lead.
She's been playing great.
Yes.
She's on a heater.
Continues to play well. She is going to be in the U.S. Women's Open. She just had the qualifier where she ran away with it. So she's qualified to play in the U.S. Open later.
She's great showing
next
the
month.
women's British, right? Last year?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, she's really been playing very, very well for a while.
That's
now.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's continuing to represent Western New York very, very well. So we'll be following her and probably talking about her every week she's playing here on the LPGA Tour. Kudos to, I know everybody at Shell Ridge Country Club where she played quite a bit. I know you said Brooke Lee also
was at
played.
Brooke Lee a little bit. Yeah.
So everybody is pumped and rooting for her success here along the LPGA Tour. Quickly before we get to our last few topics here, Kevin, you think Rory's the guy to beat this week?
Well, he's hitting
Even
the
though
ball.
he's what,
He's hit-
-5.
Yeah, he's
4 off
hitting the
lead.
ball great. He didn't make anything the first round. 17 straight pars, and then made like a 25-footer for birdie on his finishing hole on Friday, and started to make some putts yesterday. So he's crescendo. Look out for him. Place can be firm and fast the rest of the weekend.
Blank, who's one name?
And they're
After-
not playing lift clean in place probably today. They played it first 2 rounds.
Who's one name besides McIlroy here you like going into the weekend?
Oberg, but the putting. You said on the telecast yesterday, might be going to a mallet.
Yeah,
We'll see.
that's what I did. I did say that on the PGA radio broadcast. Well, he's just going to go to a mallet now.
Yeah.
Everybody is.
All right. Well, this week, as we start to get more and more about, I'll call it lives unraveling here. A comment from Graham McDowell I want to read here. He says he regrets saying that the reason he went to the league was to, quote, grow the game. He says, I regret a few things I said in the beginning, stuff like growing the game. I should have just said what it was. This is good for my bank account, and I'm getting a runway to play the game of golf for long as I possibly can. I don't know where this is going to go. There are a lot of players out here that if this goes away, they've got nowhere to go. Do they deserve that? Is that their own fault? There's a lot of people out here that have their jobs tied to this, people who work here. So the negativity on social media the last 3 weeks, it's been tough for me, and it's disappointing on so many levels. Okay, well, he at least owned up to the fact that
I think he said what everybody thinks.
Everybody said it
and I
from the
think that's what
beginning.
everybody said 4 years ago, right?
Exactly. Yeah. No, who thought it was great?
How about Rom's comments? Like, my contract, they're, basically admitted, we looked at getting out of it, right? When this olive branch was put out by the tour that Koepka took, which, by the way, Brooks Koepka and Patrick Reed, great agents or great radar to recognize this thing was going away, right? I mean, they jumped early. Koepka, of course, paid a hefty price. And if DeChambeau's coming back, I know he's talking about it on my YouTube channel. Stop. Okay. You're going to grow your YouTube
PGA
channel.
Tour changed some of their
Yes, that part's
social
fine.
media
No,
rules and everything.
I'm
so
not
that,
saying don't go to
Yes.
the YouTube and social media. Obviously, we're streaming now. Like, yes,
of course.
that's where things are at. But what I'm saying is to compete. Yes, DeChambeau. There's going to be, Brian Rollup's gone on record in many interviews. Like, hey, listen, we want the best players on the tour. If it makes us stronger, sure. But he's going to have to pay. In my estimation, he's got to pay more than what Koepka paid. Not because he took more money to go, but because you came in later, right? It's like if you enter a poker tournament, you pay X amount. If you come in a little later, you got to pay a little more.
Kind of the first eligible thing that there's
Bingo.
always incentives and things
Yes.
like that.
I don't know. For me, the concept of Bryson, I understand, but I don't enjoy watching him.
I'm with you because he doesn't enjoy playing golf.
No.
By the way, you mentioned Koepka. He's playing in
Myrtle Beach
this week.
Yeah.
Kind of the secondary PGA Tour event this
Yep.
week. He's 6 off the lead. Aaron Rye is leading there. Koepka's -4.
But he's been going. He's been the first alternate and been to 2 events and not getting in. So
Yeah.
he's grinding to get his tour card back.
Well, so part of the issue is he's not allowed to accept sponsor invitations in a signature event. So the alternate's been signature events.
Got it.
All right. Good stuff there. A 2-hour show next week. We'll be at the Western New York PGA headquarters. Again, Chris Kalinsky going to join us to talk about making a career out of golf. But I want to thank everybody here at Lancaster Country Club, especially LCC Board President Dean Mohan, for joining us earlier in the show. If you missed any of it, we'll have it up on our on-demand audio section, WGR550.com, and also posted on all of our social media handles at T2G Buffalo on Instagram, on X, and on YouTube. Kevin, have a good weekend. Jeff, have a good weekend. Jeff, have a good weekend. And, of course, from all of us here, happy Mother's Day to all the moms this weekend. Make sure you're good to your mom.
Take her out golfing.
Let her have some golf this weekend. That's right. Thanks to Evan DePasquale back in our studios. For all of us here at Tee2Green from Lancaster Country Club, have a good weekend. Happy Mother's Day, and we'll talk to you next week right here on Tee2Green.